Thursday. Front squat. Even in my days of developing the squat, I always hated front squat. Highest number I ever got on front squat was 405. Pain. Legs ain't even made it to the squat rack. They're already feel good. But today is not really complicated. Just entering some squats into the rotation. We got squats on Mondays. So right now, as far as what we're doing, squat, arm, back, squat, and then arm. Front squat is just another different part of the squat, but really it's just gonna help the core. But realistically, it's just another squat. Just a deeper squat. Then you add the hack squat, the goblin squat. You wanna get your legs up, you wanna get your core power up, squat. Squat. I wanna hear about you. You can run 10 miles, 15, 20. I don't mind. But what can you squat? Okay? If a building fell on top and you needed to push it out, what type of strength you got? What's in that lower? You're walking around looking like the Brian Hornet. I seen a guy, I ain't gonna call no names. But they had like this little showing this 20v1. Buddy B swole. 2 girls went into his arms. He tried holding them up. Legs gave out. They fell on top of him. I said, that's crazy. Don't let that be. That's crazy. You're holding both of your kids, trying to take them to the party, and your legs just say, I can't take this no more. Anyways. It's quite simple. Squat, cameraman. I'm gonna put that camera down. Let's get to work.
Okay, guys, we're going to be doing here just a voiceover on this part. As you can see, I'm kind of warming myself up for the front squat. As you can see here, as I'm going through, I'm kind of getting the feeling from my elbow. Not like the actual elbow, but my forearms are obviously not as flexible. They're having a very hard time here, and so it's just really just going on to my wrist in this moment. So I'm still wanting to perform the workout, but I could see here like, hey, by the time I start putting more weight on it, it's all just going to be a huge stress on my forearm and my wrist. So as you can see there, I kind of switched the position because I'm like, yeah, this isn't going to be doable. And so I'm trying to lift it and put it on my shoulders. And as you see through the rest of the workout, I'm going to continue doing it this way as I go up in the weight, just to try to compensate so it's not all on my forearms and my wrists. As I get more flexible and my body's getting more toned and there's just not so much, just mass everywhere, I'll be a lot more able to do, you know, the lifts a lot more easier, have a little bit more flexibility. Probably should add in stretching into my regiments as well because I know good and well I'm very unflexible right now. Um, and then, as you can see here, we just got a lot of meat to work with. So I'm trying to keep everything tight with these lifts. Very easy to kind of injure something when you're not being very disciplined with how you're lifting it. I have noticed that I do lock out a lot with my lifts. And so as I move on, I'm going to try not doing such hard of lockouts when it comes down to the lift. But as of right now, I'm not dealing with any weight that's going to put me in any type of damage or trouble. But in all honesty, practice makes perfect. So whatever I practice with the lower weight, it's going to transfer over to the higher weight. And so as you can see here, we're just going into the leg press. At this point, I can't even talk because I'm tired. The front squats was really wearing me out, definitely requiring a lot of core. And then here I just decided I'm going to add in the leg press to the regiment, which just added even more to the burn. And as you can see here, I'm still trying to get very low on there, but like I said, my thighs are colliding with the bottom of my stomach. It's just the way it's going to be here in the first start. As we start to really cut down, we should see an increase in movement, just because there's not so much mass pushing up against. It's basically like my stomach is literally being squeezed in between my legs and my chin. As you can see there, it's literally pushing up to my neck. So I can understand as you get bigger, these workouts will get a little bit harder just because of your mobility and you having to move around the weight that you're inside, but it's still doable. So I may not be getting to the depth that I want to, but at this point, it's just trying to maintain and keep a good regimen of building muscle. But as I said in the earlier video, a lot of this is just going to be in the kitchen. We want to cut as much as possible, as quick as possible. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, well, you want to make it slow and steady," and you do. You want to make it doable, but at the same time, um, when it's interfering with the workouts, you don't want to play around with it. So if you got to do some extra work and make sure that you are cutting as much body weight, and by body weight I just mean fat, right? That's the reason why we're doing weightlifting in the first place, just to make sure we're keeping up and getting rid of the fat while trying to keep as much muscle as possible. So as you can see here, I'm tired out, grabbing an extra 25 to put on each side. Um, and guys, it's the little things, you know. As I'm going through, I'm trying to put the weights on the machine myself. It just adds to the workout, just adds something extra in there, just to get as much as I can while I am in there. And again, as you can see, we're locking those knees out, and it's because I'm getting fatigued. And so that's just the way it works when you're in the gym. You start to get tired, and then your body starts to try to compensate because it's tired. And so we'll definitely be trying to make sure that we stop that, right? Just like then, that locking of the knees. You can see I'm kind of trying to bend the knees back. If I'm in a rested position, just keep a good bend on the knee so the weight's not, bending and turning my kneecaps into a V shape. So, I know a lot of people have seen those videos. Me personally, I don't feel any pain when it comes to that. I'm more of a stocky type build in general. But again, very tiresome. And so as we can see here, I go on and I just add hack squat. Like, I'm just killing the quads there. They went from front squat, then they go to leg press, and then we're going in for the hack squat. So, I mean, literally my heart was beating through my sternum. So I was definitely feeling it. But as I said again, we're just going through, going to do a couple sets here, and I just wanted to kind of explain what I'm doing in a voiceover because in this moment in time, I just wasn't able to breathe. I mean, I could breathe, but talking takes energy. So, um, even now while I'm doing this video, I just got outside of a workout. So, it's not as bad, but I mean, talking takes up the energy. So, and pretty much this is basic. Hat squat is like one of the most simplest lifts, in my opinion. If you're not comfortable with having squat or you're not comfortable freestyling, like to me, this is a great machine because it really helps you get down and get depth. If you're trying to increase your squat, like the amount you can do, the hat squat is just really good at developing that and really pushing you
So,
to that limit by how low you can go without you having to
what's up?
worry about
But this is what my
um,
thing
a
is,
weight dropping on top
if
of
that
you.
makes sense.
I mean, unless you're just silly
Right.
and
Put my pants on.
decide to drop your knees and everything, then you're there. But I also wanted to explain, as you've seen through the video, I'm kind of talking through this portion about my kneecaps, and it's basically because of my form. And so I definitely want to make sure, I try to tell you guys don't lock your knees out, but I have a bad tendency. So it's something that I'm working on. As you can see, I'm lifting up my shorts here to kind of really expose what that knee is looking like. And as I'm getting tired, just trying not to lock out. You don't want to lock out with weights on your knees. You don't want to be that guy, because if you break something, you're just putting a great pause on whatever you can do during that time. So all the developed work you're making right now, it could end. You don't want unnecessary gym injuries. And so, definitely, as you see right now, um, if you're just somebody who's just starting and you're getting into a squat and you're bigger and you're heavier like I am, you need to take into consideration that you have extra mass that's going to be coming down on the weight that you're doing, and you might have a lot of unworking mass. Unworking mass, in my opinion, is where it's dangerous, because we're fat, we got a lot of fat on our bodies and it weighs, and the fat is not working, right? So it's not going to help you out. Everything's going to have to be taken care of by your muscles, unless you use it as a cushion for when you get compressed on, but I assure you it won't be comfortable. So right now I just have him grabbing my calf to kind of just get a feeling of how much it is
But my
activating in
pants,
the
I
in the
get it.
workout, because
My pants,
camera guy's looking
we
and
do
he's
that
seeing
same
my
thing. That
pants.
just
So as
get it.
you see that
It's okay.
lockout right
Let's
there.
get it.
My pants are making it look bad, okay? Because they're very flabby type pants at the bottom. Sweatpants, they're not tight. Honestly, I'll probably be having more loose pants. I just don't know if I'm one of those guys that walks in, even in the best shape. I don't know if I'm one of those guys that's going in there with the tight fitted sweatpants, leggings for men. Um, and so, yeah, in this case here, this is just me after doing those workouts. I just finish up with some calf raises. Um, and that's pretty much it.
I know I'm doing a voiceover, but in this section, since I'm here, best workout to ever end on a leg day is calves. Calves. They've pretty much had every part in every exercise that you've been doing, or at least for me. They take part in so many exercises that by the time I get there, they're fully engaged and ready to go. And like right now, I can feel them burning a lot more. It's, I don't have very good mind muscle connectivity to some muscles. Triceps, chest, even flat, might be fat, but I can still feel them. Quads, everything like that, hamstring, I can feel that. But traps, I can feel. But muscles that don't have very good connectivity, back, lats, calves, I can feel them, they're just not very defined. And I've never really felt them per se, rather than just my feet are starting to burn at the bottom. That's the only way that I've ever known that they even exist. So yeah, it's minimalistic. It's not a hard lift. You're working on the calves and everything else is getting a complete isolate break. Like my quads are relaxed, I'm relaxed, heart rate's returning back to normal, sweat starting to dry up. Just the perfect weight to end on. Today we didn't do very much, and I'm going to let this be the closeout. I don't really have a lot of energy to go back there, and I'm not going to add it in the voiceover either, so this is going to be pretty much part of it. Today, as you've seen, we're going to discuss, matter of fact, I'm just going to cut this now. You should have already been listening to the video that in the beginning, so I've explained all of this, but just in a recap, we did front squats, we did leg press, we did hack squats, and then we finished off with calf raises. Eventually, we'll turn in one compound movement to be the core. So our core lifts, Monday squats, Tuesdays leg press, Wednesdays, whatever, pull-ups, back-ups, power lift, deadlift, gulag, right? And then Thursdays is front squat, and Fridays is incline, decline bench. Great day. Thanks for coming into the video. If you like the page, like and subscribe. If you got any input, any questions, anything like that, comment down below. Go the journey with us. Appreciate it.